that DB always been there?
This one? Yeah, years ago we used it, and then, you know, it's there now, so.
Why did I never see that?
Just blends in nicely with the decor, you know. Okay, look. First thing you should do is write the following. Please raise your hand. I need you to think with me. Sitting passively is not helpful. Raise your hand and tell me, why did I just do that? Oops, not squared. Why?
You're
Come on,
finding
hands,
where they're
hands up.
intersecting. Oh.
Hands up. Why am I doing it? Please.
Find where they intersect.
Find where they intersect. How many knew it? Point to for Kate.
Let's get out my punch.
Look, you have x's and you have x squareds. Don't try to isolate the x. Group everything together and factor. Don't try to isolate the x. Get everything together and factor. I'm going to move this stuff over here so I can get positive coefficients. It makes things a little easier. Just going to need help to there. Cool. So now we end up with this.
Wouldn't it be positive 5x?
So I moved everything this way.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Running out of room here, so I'm going to go here. So factor out a 2x. That's going to leave it x minus 3. Raise your hand, please. What did I just discover? Come on, hands. What did I just learn? Hands up. Does it make sense? Make sure you ask me about it. Steven.
They would find f of x and g of x would intersect at -3
And?
and 0.
And x equals 0. How many saw it? 0.2 for Steven. Question?
Positive.
Positive. Thank you. Positive.
So that's where the area is between those 2 points.
Yep. So I don't take any time to graph accurately. I just graph good enough.
That works.
That's all I need. Questions? I do need to figure out which graph is on top, which is on bottom. Hands up. How do I do that? Come on.
Isn't one of them linear?
Yes, the negative 5x is definitely linear. But, yeah, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Hands up. How do I find which one is on top? Luke?
Plugging that one.
Nice. What would be the very best x value to choose, Luke?
1.
1. How many knew it? 0.2 for Luke. So at x equal 1, this will be negative 5. F of 1 is going to be, let's see, 1 subtract 2 times 1 squared,
Oh, -1.
negative 1. So now I know that this is the F, and the other is the G. Question? You need me to go through any of it again? Please.
You just go over what it's on top again.
Huh? Try to get you to see it so it'll stay in memory. Is that okay? So I plug into this formula an x value of 1, and the result is negative 1. What does that mean?
X equals the y and 1.
Perfect. On the graph of F. When I plug it into G, what y value do I get? So which graph is above the other at x equal 1? Does that make sense? And because they only intersect here, 2 for Logan, they only intersect here, then F has to be above for all of the time. Otherwise, they would have intersected again. So. Okay, now I write the
Picture's
integral.
annoying me.
Can I clear this?
If you redraw it as a linear line.
No one's objecting. So now I don't need to draw, I just need the integral.
Oh, okay.
0 to 3 of F. Don't forget the leading parenthesis. Subtract G. That cleans up, so you might as well do a little cleanup. Don't forget equal. Prevents errors. So that's going to be, let's see, negative, come on, brain. negative 4x, so minus 2x squared minus 4x. Question?
Wouldn't it be, well, aren't you adding or subtracting g of x?
So here's that. Oh, thank you. I'll pay a pebble for that. Yeah, it's minus negative 5, isn't it? This should have been minus a negative, which will make it 6x when combined with this x. So that's really incorrect here. Well done. Somebody else? Okay, please memorize this slogan, and hopefully these little rhymes will help you a lot. I've never found a student whose first preference for finding an integral wasn't to just pick up their calculator. It's the easiest way, just pick it up, punch it in. However, it's non-calculator section, so memorize this. When I can't calculate an integral, I have to anti-differentiate and evaluate. That's what we learned. Question? So I anti-differentiate. You get the equal sign. And the only good news is one of the limits is 0. So when the 0 is plugged in, the result will be 0, so I can go a little faster.
What was the point of finding which equation was top if you just plug in the whole equation?
If you don't figure out which one's on top, your result will come out negative instead of positive, which on the FRQ they'll take away points.
I thought you just plugged in the first
No.
one.
No need to plug in the 0 because the result will be 0. 3 cubed is 27. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 2 times 9 is 18. You have negative 18 plus 27. Final result is 9. Question?
So that's how you do it, okay. That's the other question.
Yeah, by comparison, 15 is one of those where you kind of churn. You try something, it doesn't seem to make sense. You try something else, it doesn't make sense. So it consumes way too much time. This one's straightforward. You just do the steps. Now, I might skip it the first time through the test because I know that I'm going to have to find the intersection and do an integral without a calculator, which takes a little bit of work. So it's definitely a medium problem, not an easy problem. I want to do the easy ones first.
13?
13? Other questions here before we go on? Cool.